I asked the question, how many girls, round of applause, how many girls have sucked a ball, and my wife is sitting in the audience next to her 17-year-old brother right now. And that was a nice transition for her, I'm sure, that she had to hold off the applause on that. That's totally not even true. She has never sucked a ball before, but I had to say that. I thought it was important. It's always nice to follow the black comic, the one black comic that comes on stage. I had to do that the other night, and I was over at Monkey Pants, if you guys know what that is. I had to follow a black comic, and he was on stage. He's like, "We have my motherfuckers are like gangsta bitches," and they were like, seriously, what he said. There's like white guys in the audience, like, "Yeah, I like those. Those are great. I love gangsta bitches." It's always nice to have to go into that. It was good. When my parents asked me, like, where do you see the comedy thing going for you, I always said, my number one dream is to do comedy in the basement of a Taco Bell. So that is now officially come true. I'm very excited to be here. Thank you very much to Jake for having me out. It's really great. Thanks, Jake. Thank you. I decided the other day that in the event of a zombie apocalypse, I really hope that my wife dies almost immediately. Like, very quickly, like stat, because women weigh you down in the event of a zombie apocalypse. They really do. No, I am not going to go into that abandoned CVS to get you fucking Junior Mints. It's not going to happen. And I'm sorry, your parents are dead. We are not looking for them any longer, and I hated them anyway. It's probably a good thing. That's how I feel about it. My wife got the new iPhone for Christmas, which generally speaking, I'm pretty against the new iPhone. I'll be honest with you guys, I'm a little glad that Steve Jobs is dead, just like a smidgen. Just like a tiny bit glad he's dead. I'm just glad that someone finally found a virus that can take down a Mac. That's what I'm really excited about. But no, I'm pretty against the new iPhone. I really am, because I think that we're too stupid as a society to be able to handle that much technology. We really are. It's this amazing piece of like Men in Black 2 technology, and we're too dumb to know how to use it properly. Like this Siri thing, you guys are fucking young, you know what I'm talking about. Siri, you can talk to your phone and ask it anything, and it'll tell you whatever you want. It's amazing. If you're in an emergency, you can be like, "Siri, where's the closest hospital?" and it'll tell you where the closest hospital is. If your friend's flight is delayed and you don't want to circle the airport 40 times like an asshole, you can ask your phone when your friend's flight's going to come in, and it'll tell you. If you want to be a better boyfriend and learn how to make your girlfriend a cake on her birthday, you can ask your phone that shit now. But all I've ever heard anyone say to Siri is, "Siri, why are you such a whore?" We're too dumb. We don't know how to handle technology, and pornography is the perfect example of that. I remember a time in my life when I could just jerk off to ideas in my brain. I just like existed. The idea that I might someday be able to put my penis in something besides 2 couch cushions. Like, that was enough. That was all it took. Now with pornography, you get these like fucked up fetishes. It really messes you up. It's like now I can only jerk off to girls with like size 32B tits. That's it. And like it ruins your life. Turns you into a bad person. You guys have those friends. You ever have one of those friends who like sends you the really fucked up videos on the internet, you know? Like I say you have a video of, like a guy blowing his brains out. You're like, "Dude, what the fuck was that?" He's like, "I know, dude, crazy, right?" It's terrible. The internet fucks people up really bad. It's bad. I learned an interesting fact the other day. You guys may or may not know this. I learned that the word kamikaze in Japanese is the word for bees. And the reason that they call the kamikaze pilots, or the reason that they call the suicide pilots kamikaze, is because like bees, they will attack knowing that they are going to lose their lives. Interesting, right? And even though everything I just said is complete and utter bullshit, it really makes you think that that's probably what kamikaze should mean, right? In Japanese. At least I think so. Bees are like the most angry animal ever. They're terrible. Like, and I think it's all pent-up sexual frustration. Like, they're all just really upset that they're all trying to fuck the same queen bee, and they can't do it. And so, like, they'll be really irrational about it. They'll be like, all it takes is you to swat at them, and they'll be like, "One motherfucker, you better hope your family doesn't have a history of allergies. You're going down." That's it. Yeah. Any education majors here right now? Anybody? Oh my god. You're fucking dumb, I'm sorry. That's a really I teach, actually. I'm a teacher. I teach 8th grade. Which, yeah, 13-year-olds. 13-year-olds, great. And the sweet kids that they remind me every single day exactly why I support abortion. Like, it's very, very clear. I think more people would support abortion if you could abort 13-year-olds. If that was an option, I think more people would be down for abortions. If you could pay $400 and have your 13-year-old killed, that would be a much more popular option for human beings. I mean, because I can tell you this, like, as a male teacher, that there are like 0 male teachers who want to have kids. Like, none of them. Like, if you're a guy, gentlemen, if you're afraid of having a vasectomy, teach 15 minutes of 8th grade English. You will not be afraid anymore. It sounds great after that. It's terrible. There are no male teachers want to have kids. A lot of them want to fuck kids, but none of them want to have kids. It's because, honestly, 13-year-olds are the shittiest human beings on planet Earth. They really, really are. Like, if you were to rank the shittiest people, at the very top it would be 13-year-olds. And right beneath them are the people in that God hates fags church. And right below them are the people who don't believe the Holocaust ever happened. And at the very bottom of the list are people who have sex with 13-year-olds. I feel like people who have sex with 13-year-olds are not as bad as 13-year-olds themselves. They really aren't. It's because when you're a kid, you're like, when you're 13, you like start to lose your innocence. You're not a kid anymore. You become like an adult. You start to realize things. Like, if you're a girl, you start to develop physically, and you're like, oh, if I show my tits a little bit, I'll be able to get things that I want in the world. And if you're a guy, you realize, oh, if I put this banana peel in the microwave for 10 seconds and put the penis inside of it, it feels really good. This girl fucking hates me. She hates me, the cat girl. She really does not like me. Well, when that day comes, you will learn it is a valuable asset. I'm a bad guy. I know that. I'm sorry. I know that I'm a bad dude, like, for sure. And this is how I know that I'm definitely not a good person. We had a lockdown at my school the other day. It was like a real lockdown. There was a guy running around the neighborhood who was like breaking into houses. So they put me in the corner of my classroom for like 45 minutes in the dark. We couldn't talk. We couldn't do anything. And the entire time, all I was thinking was, I don't give a shit about any of these kids. Like, not a single one. Like, if someone comes in here with a gun, which one do I like the least that I'm going to use as a shield? Because I make $33,000 a year. I'm not dying for any of these kids. But it kind of makes sense. Like, it sounds fucked up, but it kind of makes sense. Like, if you think about it, like, I'm a teacher. Like, if I die, that's thousands of kids who aren't going to be educated across my career, okay? I teach a fucking Buckeye. If one of them dies, at best we're losing, like, a Denny's assistant manager. Or a beauty school dropout turned at-home mom. No offense. At best, our valedictorian might be like a paralegal. Like, that would be the top of the ladder for us. That would be the best that we could possibly get. Jake, did you give me the line? I didn't see it. All right. I know. I'm a bad guy. I'm sorry. I know I'm not a good person. I'm not a hero, but I do think that people use the term hero far too often in our society, and superhero not often enough. Like, I was reading an article online the other day. It was talking about this guy he was a construction worker in San Diego, and he had tackled a guy who would just open fire on a playground full of second graders. It was just like killing second graders willy-nilly. And they were like, oh, he's such a hero. What a hero. And I'm like, I'm sorry, that's not a hero. That's just like what you do as a human being. If you see someone shooting second graders and you're like, is he supposed to be doing that? And then they say no, you tackle him. Okay? But Joey Chestnut, on the other hand, that motherfucker is a superhero. Okay? He ate 62 hot dogs this year on the 4th of July. 62, and also a little known fact about Joey Chestnut, also holds the world record for most asparagus eaten in one sitting, which was 9 pounds. And I honestly wonder what smells worse, shitting out 62 hot dogs or pissing 9 pounds of asparagus. Truly a toss-up. That was terrible. I can't really go out on that. I'm sorry. That was a terrible joke. Except I can't fucking think of anything else, so I think that might be it. But I had a really good time. I'm sorry for making fun of you. Sorry for making fun of you, cat lady. Have a great night, guys.
Andreson.